I never really know, should I walk into shot or not? I have no idea. Anyway, hey, how's it going? I'm Dylan. Welcome back to episode number 3. 3 in a row. That's an achievement, I guess. So today I want to talk about Instagram stories. When Instagram launched the stories feature on their platform, I was working full-time as an art director, and I was in the mindset of doing a daily video, but because I was working 9 to 5 every day, I sort of struggled to sort of work the concept out of how was I going to do this while doing a full-time job. Then it suddenly hit me, well, why don't I take the daily vlog style and do it in Instagram stories? Now at that time, I hadn't seen anybody using the platform the way I use it now. Over the years, I've seen more and more people do it, and some people are absolutely incredible at it. I hadn't really seen anybody documenting it like a vlog, so I started doing that through the Instagram Stories app, using the front-facing camera. As time's gone on, I've sort of developed the way I do it to suit me and fit my needs. I started shooting my stories on iPhone 6, I now shoot them all on an iPhone 8 Plus. When I started doing them, I was using a front-facing camera, everything reversed, filming everything straight through the Instagram app. But as time went on, I decided I wanted to better the way I was producing my stories, and I wanted to bring a little bit of editing into the whole procedure. Film all of my stories on an iPhone 8 Plus with a lens attachment. Now, I started off using these lens attachments, what they're called MPOW. They're like £12 on Amazon. Then I invested a bit of money into buying a moment lens system with a case and a moment lens, and it's incredible. The quality's amazing. But then I smashed it all to bits. It's broke, and then the lens fell out, and then I smashed the lens to pieces. So I'm back to the £12 lens adaptation for the time being, but I'm gonna buy a new lens. Today I'm going into Belfast to meet my brother for a coffee and a bit of a chat about a project we're working on, and I thought, why don't I build a story in Belfast while I'm there to show you kind of the way I do things. I like to remember when I'm building my stories is I build everything in chronological order. That can be a bit of a pain if you're working on a big project with loads of pickup shots and cutaway stuff, but for stories and small videos like that, it works in my head. It allows me to build them up really, really quickly. I film and edit all my stories on my phone. With the rare occasion I do them on this camera, but normally they're on my phone. The reason I do that is I like to edit as I'm going. So I'll film a couple of shots to establish a scene. I'll film and build my story as I go, drop in the clips I need as I film them into my timeline, so that when I finish my story at the end of whatever the time frame is, maybe it's an hour, maybe it's a full day, when I drop that last one in, everything's edited to go. I just export it, cut it up into the bits I need for Instagram, post it to Instagram, and that's my daily vlog done for the day. I don't have to sit, I don't have to edit. That really worked for me, especially working in an agency full-time where I didn't have all that time during the day. What that allowed me to do was got me into the mindset of creating something every single day. And since I started doing the stories 2 years ago, maybe, I've done one every single day. But now I thought we could go into Belfast. I got to meet my brother for a coffee and a little bit of a meetup about a project we're working on, and then I'll build a story up on the phone, show you a little bit behind the scenes, show you how I build a story up to give you a bit of an insight into the daily videos that I put up on my Instagram. Just met my brother far the other side of town. No, I'm just thinking the story. Instead of like, I was gonna go bush. I got 6 million things to edit. I'm just always a fan of. I do actually need to go time. That sounds ridiculous. Well, I'm going to transition it from your foot. Me understanding the transitions is what's important. As long as you know where you're going to go into the transition and where you're going to come out of the transition, but you do have to kind of plan it loosely. So the transition up there was Joe's shoe coming up, and then what I'm going to want to do on something like that is bounce it back out of his shoe in a different location. I like to put a bit of contrast, so like that one on top of the car park, I want to bring out over here in this alleyway. And I just literally want you to put it down and then carry on walking. You get what you need? Yeah. So that shoe transition comes out in that road, and then I'm just literally like spinning the camera and flipping it into the next bit, which is using the colourful graffiti to bounce out. I like bouncing a bit of contrast between my shots. The other thing I like to do whenever there's like converging lines like this is use the time-lapse app to create like a speed ramp effect. I come out of Joe's shoulder, switch it to time-lapse, then blast it down the right. Stop. That's a pretty risky shot to do. I had to do it twice because I didn't hit record the first time. So part of what I want to do here is make it look like this car's gonna like burst off at a fast pace, so I gotta get a real close-up of his tire. Just waiting on the guy with the jackhammer. Alright, the guy with the jackhammer never stopped with the jackhammer. So we're back in my studio. As I film those bits, I drop them into a timeline in an app called SPLICE. And then I like sort of chop them as I go to sort of mix and match. I'm sort of doing it as I'm walking. It's very unsociable to walk next to me sometimes, so I just walk like this. It's also dangerous to cross roads. I try to just film the bits that I need and no more, otherwise the editing becomes really, really difficult. Once I've got the final edit done, I drop a track in. Splice gives you a whole bunch of these free tracks that you can use for things like this, and then I export from Splice into a 1080p. The next step I do is completely irrational, but I just like doing that. I bring it into an app called Carve. Now you can use Carve to edit instead of using Splice, but I just know Splice, so it's kind of like I'm stuck in my way. So I edit in Splice, I just import it into Carve just to give it a color grade, export it in color grade, export the color grade, and then I bring it into an app called Continual. Continual is a great app. There's other options available. Continual costs about £7, and effectively what you do is you bring your 1.5-minute video into Continual and it auto chops 15-second clips for you, and then you can upload those straight to Instagram. Well, how about we take a look at the video? I just had a coffee with my brother. He's gonna go back over the other side of Belfast and give me a lift back. I wanna go up there and take a look at the views. Look at the state of Maddens though. I'm just always a fan of getting up nice and high. I think it just gives you like a whole different perspective of the city and like shows you sort of the scale and location of everything. When I worked in the city full time, I used to try and get up on top here just to sort of get away from it all. Just a nice little escape. Anyway, back to the car journey. Alright man, bye. Ciao. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, that's kind of rough and raw, and because I was doing this and that, I'm not saying it's my best story, but hopefully it gives you a sort of an idea of what I do whenever I build those stories up. If you want to follow me on Instagram and you aren't already, it's @DillTakesPhotos. I do those stories every single day, something along the lines of that. Sometimes it's just me talking nonsense, to be really honest. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you aren't subbed, do the sub, the bell, ding ding, you know the drill. Anyway, if you have any thoughts or questions, drop them in the comments section or DM me on Instagram and I'll do my best to help you out. Thanks very much for watching. Catch you all tomorrow. By the way, the entire time while I've been filming this, there's been a man just watching me, very awkwardly. Just going for a bit of fishing, that man.